course, and all of you who are here to celebrate one of the most enjoyable of Polish holidays. Wigilia, as you have read here, is a time when it's a time of anticipation, and mostly it's a family time. And so we have this wonderful family that's all included here, and I'm just really pleased to see all of you. We would like to begin, if you please, since we are the Polish American Association, with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, followed by Jeszcze Polska, and music's on your table, if you need it. We will do Jeszcze Polska in Polish. Will you please stand? First of all, I'd like to sing to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have few guests in here that don't speak any English, so if you don't mind me addressing them in Polish. Okay, let me repeat this. We have few guests in here that don't speak any English, so I'll just say a few words in Polish. Bardzo serdecznie witam wszystkich naszych członków i ich przyjaciół i rodziny, którzy nie mówią po angielsku. Cieszymy się, że mamy tutaj wielu gości, którzy są może w Stanach po raz pierwszy, obchodzą pierwsze święta poza domem. Bardzo serdecznie witamy. Zapraszam Państwa wszystkich do zaśpiewania hymnu naszej ojczyzny. Nie zginęła, póki my żyjemy, co na obca przemoc dzieła, szablą odbierzemy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Thank you.
Beautiful, you sing great. Thanks. Okay. Will you please bow our heads for the blessing? In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounty, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Pobłogosław, Panie Boże, nas, pobłogosław ten posiłek, tych, którzy go przygotowali i naucz nas dzielić się chlebem i radością ze wszystkimi, przez Chrystusa Pana naszego. Amen. I have few words to say, and I hope you will forgive me for making one of the biggest mistakes of Wigilia. I was in charge of bringing the opłatek, and usually we have big envelopes on the table and plenty of it. But in a haste and rush, I apologize, I forgot to purchase it. So I ran to my home, and I found one envelope of opłatek. So I am to perform a miracle and share that piece between all of us. So there is one little plate on each table. If you would be kind enough and just simply take a little tiny piece, it's symbolic and we will all have enough. And I'll tell you the story, and I'm going to try to keep a straight face, because this will be a very special opłatek for me. My brother Romek, who was here 5 years ago with us, wrote this for me and my family, and he died 3 months later. So we're sharing his opłatek with us. I feel his presence, my parents' presence, all of our family in Poland that are deceased, all of our families in America that are deceased. Maybe it was meant to be that way. So let's just unite in love and celebration of Jesus' birth. Please share the opłatek with each other, with all the wishes to everyone.
Let me give you an example. In Austria, they call me the Christ kind. In Poland, which is the Polish American Association, I am known as it doesn't matter where I go, I'm the same person. We always give danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just ran for longer than that. Went out of the mall and there arose such a clatter, I sprung from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sled and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles. Rapid than eagles, of course, as they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Commodore, Cupid, on Thunder and Bunsen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. As dry leaves, that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle down to the sky, so up to the housetop, of course, as they flew on a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoop. As I drew in my hand and was turning around down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung in his back, and he looked like a peddler. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a ball, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke of the circle seemed like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly. Too many cookies. It shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf. And I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head too gave me to know I had nothing to grab. He spoke not a word but went straight to his work. and filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose and giving it out at the chimney roll. He sprang to the sled so his team gave a whistle and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he rode out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." One of you until next week. So this will be something just for you to remember me by until then. Now you can take it home and put it under the tree and wait until next week, or you can take it home and talk to Mom and Dad and see whether or not you want to open it tomorrow. So if you've got their permission, you may do it this evening.
There's so many Polish people here. I think we can cool off the stall up here, don't you think? We need him to come up next year. 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nas. 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nas. Jeszcze raz, niech żyje, żyje nas. Niech żyje Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for a moment of attention. We have a special guest. Here's our president, Assoc.
The Wigilia tradition is to set an extra place for our guest. And tonight we have a very special guest, and she would like to say a few words to you. Now I have to caution you, she is originally from the city of Pittsburgh, so you're going to be hearing slightly accented English. This, that's true. It's an honor for me to stand before you and introduce a woman who was elected lieutenant governor in 2003. Since then, she has served the state well in her constitutional duties and beyond. She brings poise and dignity to her position as the president of the Pennsylvania Senate, and she is a compassionate and a reasoned voice on the state's Board of Pardons. She has worked tirelessly to promote the programs of your governor, Ed Brindell. She represents all Pennsylvanians with energy, enthusiasm, and a genuine belief that a government of the people can work for the people. And in this time, when we fret about the lack of women in government and politics in Pennsylvania, she is a shining example of what women can achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a woman who really needs no introduction, the Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania, the next Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania, Catherine Baker Knoll.
Very, very Merry Christmas. I can tell you it's been a good day. I started out this morning with Santa Claus over at the hotel near Hershey, where we had a lot of the young people, the patients from Hershey, who were handicapped. And we brought Santa Claus in a helicopter. So it was really exciting, and gave them all kinds of toys and bicycles and things to make sure that they get better. And that was good. And then I went to the Lancaster, and that was exciting too, because they had a lot of veterans there from many wars. You know, from the Second World War, the Vietnam War, the Gulf War. And so I had an opportunity to talk with them, sit with them, and tell them how much we care. Because sometimes they feel like they're forgotten. So it was pretty interesting to do that. And I told them that about a month ago, I had gone down to, for the first time in a couple of years, because I've been a little busy, and I went down to Bethesda and Walter Reed and visited with some of our young men. There weren't any women that were injured that I got to meet, but I took quilts, beautiful quilts made by women of Pennsylvania, and I got to meet with about 60 at Bethesda and Walter Reed, and a friend of mine knew another friend, and so Larry Babbitts was there with me, and he brought over a friend from Virginia, and we gave all of them a Purple Heart medal, and then we gave them a Purple Heart scholarship. So they were really, really enthused, because veterans, the young men down there feel forgotten. So I was glad I took the time, because they said, we don't know anyone from Pennsylvania who's come to see us. One guy, and that's a guy from Johnstown. His name's Congressman Murphy. He goes once a week to visit them. And I thanked him. In fact, he's the one who called me about a month ago and really yelled at me and says, get down here and see these boys. They need someone from home, from Pennsylvania, to come and see them. So it was really exciting. And then we've done about 3 or 4 more things since then, so I apologize to you for being late. I know a lot about Poland. Mostly because I come from a little town outside of Pittsburgh called McKees Rocks, where we have a wonderful, wonderful Polish church and school. And now it's we've put 3 of our parish churches together, and it's in one. And during my so many campaigns, you meet so many people, right? And I think it's not Democrat or Republican. Good government is you do your job. Anyhow, after I won in November of 2002, I called this friend of mine, who's from up in Dunmore, PA. He said, what do you want, Noel? He says, you always call me for money. And he's a Republican, by the way. I said, I'm not calling for money, but I know what you built over in Krakow. He said, oh, really? I said, yeah, don't you remember? You told me what you built for the Pope. So he built the Pope. After the Second World War, the Pope's church had been demolished, destroyed. So he was over there doing some building in Poland, and he said to the cardinal over there, he said, what should I do? He says, you should build the Pope his church again. He says, that's what you should do. So he built the Pope Paul. He rebuilt him his church in Krakow, Poland. And that's how I called him after the election. He says, now what do you want? I said, does the Pope love you? He said, oh yeah, he loves me. I says, can I go to meet the Pope? I says, because this was one of the toughest elections I've had. I had to run against 8 men. I want to go to Rome and meet the Pope. He said, oh my, he says, you're such a pain. But then he says, you're going to go through the whole thing? I said, everything. So he got me in to the Pope's private chapel, which is only about 1/3 the size of, maybe about half the size of this room, with 20 priests and 5 lay people. And I got to go to the Pope's Mass. This was 2002, in December. And then he took us into his sitting room, and he met each of us individually. So after each priest and everyone was done, I was the last one. He said, why are you waiting till last? I said, because you're such a famous man and you're such a learned man. And I said, I wonder how well you did things. And I said, you do, you speak 12 languages. He said, yes, I do, and I also speak English, so I can speak English with you too. It was hilarious. Oh, he was wonderful. I cannot tell you what we've all inherited from a man called Pope John Paul. And I'm sure you're very proud because, as you know, he was the first Polish pope in the history of this great world we live in. So we have a lot to live up to just for the work that he did, because he's renowned all over the world, isn't it? His legacy is going to live on with all of us. So there's a special place in my heart for Poland and all that you've all gone through. And all that you went through in the Second World War, everything. I think about all of that because he talked about it, and I said, you were a remarkable man. And he was. And I told him then, you are a remarkable man, but now we can all say you were a remarkable man. So you just think about that. I'll tell you how honored I am to be with you tonight, and I apologize for us being so late. It's been a long day, but I did not want to go on to the next event without first coming to see all of you here and to say that I love you all, and I love your heritage, and I respect your heritage, and I respect all of you for remembering it and for having nights like this. Because sometimes we all forget where we came from, don't we? And that's not good. We have to treasure our heritage as you do yours. And so continue to do it, and continue to have nights like this. And when you do, I promise you I will not be this late again. So thank you. God bless. How do I say Merry Christmas in Polish? He said it too fast. That's all the time.
Everybody do the whole I said, on behalf of the Polish American Association of Harrisburg, I'd like to present Lieutenant Governor Knoll with a little gift, a Christmas gift. This is some beautiful Baltic amber from Poland, and this is for you. Yes. Can you stay and help us sing some Christmas carols? Okay. Okay, she invites all of us to the Capitol so she can give the tours. So feel free to drop in. No, call first.
Very good. She's over 70. She got a go around there.
I would like you young ladies to pass all the training books along. We have about 100 some. If you do it very quickly, please. We could use some help. Just pass it along. Everybody's got books? Yeah. Okay. Everybody knows that tune? We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas.
Nice talking to you.
9, True Magic. Wonderful, getting better. Okay.